I like it. It's something I would want to play when I'm just sitting in my room chilling. I don't know why, it just is. It's just that type of music. But in this room, there's a really heavy current that's going to be pushing you around in circles. You want to put on your iron boots, make your way to this ledge, and then hit this switch on the dragon mouth. And it will open up this for a short period of time. So go ahead and make your way through here. And well, you're going to find a secret chest where we can pick up a small key. Also, if you couldn't tell, there's another switch on the opposite side. This one will reopen up that gate. So we're going to go ahead and drop this, a bomb, so it can give us time to quickly make our way past here. I'm going to ignore these freaking enemies because I'm not really in the mood. And then we shall swim our way out of here. Now that we have 2 keys, we're going to start using them. Let's go ahead and leave this room before the door re-shuts or whatever. But now, oh, okay, that was dumb. Also, my hookshot range is absolutely trash, so I have to be like really close to objects. Okay, hey, Tektite, no.
Sofort holen. Mai, wenn da 1, 2 fehlen, geht die Welt nicht unter. Jetzt kümmern wir uns um die Mission. Wir müssen nämlich 8 rote Münzen einsammeln und währenddessen auf den Bloopern surfen. Eine falsche Bewegung bzw. ein Zusammenprall reicht und man stirbt. Das Zeitlimit ist auch noch assi und die Münzen sind dreckig platziert. Ihr werdet gleich sehen, was ich meine. Aber wie gesagt, es gibt einen Trick. Ich bin der Blooper Surf Guru. Spitzname Optimax. Genau. Ich soll also den Schalter dort drüben aktivieren. Ja, nee, das mache ich schon selber. Warte. Eine Sache noch. Ihr wisst ja, dass die unterschiedlich schnell sind. Ich bin mir nicht sicher, wie die Reihenfolge ist, aber ich glaube, der pinke ist der schnellste und der grüne ist der langsamste. Wir nehmen auf jeden Fall einen langsameren. Also einfach mal den grünen. Sollte ich mit dem failen, werde ich wohl zum gelben wechseln. Das Allerwichtigste ist, dass ihr die letzte, also die vorhergesehene letzte rote Münze...
Fuck out of here.
Oh God. What did you do? What did you do?
Please. Come on, move!
Design flashes before the battle even begins. In the preliminary cutscene, there's a loud and clear indication that the glowing red nipple on his uniboob is a weak point. This immediately clues you into your objective. Find a way to smack that boobie. He uses 2 of his 6 arms to protect it, while using the other 4 to toss cleavers and pound you. The cleavers keep you on your toes while you bait the slam, because that's your ticket to second base. As with many of the Zelda bosses, you can make use of the dungeon item, in this case a sticky whip, to take the upper hand, literally. The slam leaves his arms vulnerable, allowing you to whip and rip his arms clean off. A savage yet effective way of whittling down his defenses. After you've claimed 2 arms, he'll use the 2 covering the weak point to slam, and you can rip, then dip to the chest and unload. He'll eventually pop out some new arms and start the cycle over, which is fine by me because it makes me feel less guilty for getting such a high from tearing him limb from limb. Not that he takes kindly to it. After enough yanking his chain, he'll stand up and start taking things seriously. He shields his weak spot, pulls out 6 jumbo scimitars, and twirls them around like helicopters. Even so, the fool still hasn't learned, and he'll eventually slam 3 arms down, allowing you to pluck away again. This time he'll leave the scimitars behind. Use them to sweep him off his feet in another round of savagery, then bust his chest open and go to town. In this phase, he'll flurry, slam down, and summon a few basic mobs, but it's nothing too threatening. That said, if you get greedy and aren't on point with your whip, slip, you could find yourself in a tight spot. A nice bit of design to add recovery to the fight are the many pillars you can bait Galactos to break, offering you hearts. Galactos does offer moderate difficulty, a solid theme, and adequate story significance is another machination of Girahim. Where he really shines though is clever mechanical design polished to a sparkling shine, offering an excellent spectacle and oozing fun by the boatload. It's beautiful in its simplicity. The act of tearing a boss to pieces and using its own weapons against it is so satisfying it's a little bit scary, and its simple yet masterful design is a perfect left your dominance in doubt, my horsey friend. I'd like to take this moment to remind you that opinions are fluid. They develop and change over time, and despite a pretty popular video on my channel claiming pre-Sekiro launch that Gale is, and I quote, without a doubt in my mind the best boss in the Souls series, we're still really splitting hairs on a given day as to which is better, okay? Technically that statement isn't wrong either because I said Souls series, and this is Bloodborne, and I didn't say Soulsborne Ekiro now, did I? Look, that's obviously bullshit. I've always ranked Bloodborne with the Souls series, and I meant what I said at the time. Gale has a well-deserved spot on today's list and is phenomenal in every way. So much so that if you ask me again in a year, I might say that he trumps Ludwig again. But after making my boss breakdown and really diving into every bit of what I love about the Mad Hunter, I can't shake my undying adoration for its design and Bloodborne's combat that gives it the edge. I recommend checking out that boss breakdown for a more in-depth look, but to summarize, Wheatley, Portal 2. Those lines from GLaDOS send conflicting chills down my spine every time. Somehow the Portal narrative managed to shift a maniacal yet calculated AI antagonist into a potato that is now your greatest ally. As you rise to meet the final challenge, I was overwhelmed with a surge of camaraderie, all against the core of stupidity. Wheatley, an AI designed to make as many asinine decisions as possible, all while thinking he's a genius, has taken over Aperture Science and brought it to the brink of destruction. After all the twists and turns, you arrive at the conclusion to reinstall your arch nemesis and finally escape to the outside world. To reach a happy ending for you both, you'll need to conquer the nincompoop. The battle itself isn't overly complex, but it pays homage to the original GLaDOS fight from the first Portal while highlighting some of the best new features of the sequel in gels. You'll have to use portals and gels to warp, bounce, and zip around firing bombs at Wheatley to stun him and install faulty cores. The banter that goes on throughout is pure gold. Each corrupted AI has a hysterical personality, and it all culminates with a stalemate forcing you to press a button to override the conflict and reinstall GLaDOS. What ensues is Wheatley actually does something right and booby traps the stalemate button is magical. You learned earlier in your historical trounce through the basement chambers that the portal applicable